Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the third ninja on my list, who is Zane, the Ninja of Ice. And there's a lot to say about him. So as you know, not far into the story, Zane gets injured. And no one, you're like, oh, poo-poo. He's going to die. But, you're not thinking really deep. You're just like, oh, he's going to die. But then you learn that he's actually a robot. And, there's a bunch of different ways you could take that, You could find it, you could be like, oh, that's really cool. Or you could be like, why? And that's kind of where I am. I'm like, why would they make him a ninja? Why'd they make him a robot? There's really no point to do that. I feel like they just did that to make him interesting. Because, I feel like before that he was interesting, though. He was, that quiet ninja who was, epic and edgy. But now he's just, a robot, and, no one really cares. He is I don't know, he's really different from all the other ones, but that always doesn't mean a good thing. He has a unique power, though. I don't think I've seen that in any other thing, the power, or I have, fucking the black guy from Incredibles. He's like, where's my super suit? But, that's only one at a time I think I've seen, ice powers. Except for, that other fat guy or whatever. And it's a really unique power, but I feel like it's not really used well. All the time he just does, the exact same thing as the black guy. He just goes, zoom, he's, sliding around. There's really no point. He just doesn't use it. But it is also his weapons are, really stereotypical ninja weapons. Kai's, it's just, whatever the shuriken, whatever. And it just, why? He's the only one with, really, a ranged weapon, and it's kind of just dumb. And the point that they make him I guess it makes more sense because he's a ninja, so he has a robot, so he's pinpoint accuracy. But I don't know. I don't feel like that's not really a good match. Being a robot and having ninja stars, it's just kind of stupid. And I don't know. He just feels like they really tried to push him to be interesting. They really tried to make him an interesting character, but they really didn't. They tried so hard. They're like, okay, first, he's a very unique power, and he also has this. He's the only one with a ranged weapon. Also, he's a robot. But that just made him annoying. Every other episode, they introduce something new about him. Ooh, now he's Indian. Oh, it just really, there's no point. And I feel like they should have they shouldn't have just kept adding more and more things to him. Just add one thing and just stop, okay? And then and he changed so much. His outfit, he went from this cool white ninja to having a fucking just fucking brick on the top of his head. And it's really kind of stupid. His haircut's really bad. It's probably the worst out of all of them. All the haircuts are really shitty, but his is probably the worst. And I don't know, so many people like Zane, and I can kind of understand it. Because he's very unique, unlike all the other characters. He has several cool things about him. And many things that appeal to little kids. He's got throwing weapons, which I feel like ninja stars, and a sword, which I feel are so commonly associated with ninjas and stuff that kids would just immediately think of that first as when they see a ninja, and then they see that ninja with those weapons. They're like, whoa, my favorite weapon. And it just, it makes sense. But it's just there's really no point in having all this stuff for Zane. I feel like they should have just left Zane where he was and then done something else instead of just making him a fucking robot. No one cares, buddy. No one cares. They just don't. Why? No one cares that you're a robot and you're and also, I think they try to make him black or something, or so, I don't know. His story is really dumb. It's just really, really dumb. Okay, so today my final placements for Zayn is gonna be number 5 out of 6. Because he's really just there. They just really pushed him to make him cool, and they just kind of ruined his entire thing. They ruined his entire character at all. Like, he had potential, but then they just made him shit. I'm sorry, but, like, no one cares that you're, like, a black robot. I'm sorry. I just feel like they could have, like, made him better and, like, not make him black.